Hi, my name is John Francisco and I'm an audio engineer currently studying at Full Sail University. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Clash's third studio album, London Calling. In 1979, they released their album entitled London Calling. The impact that this had on music was much bigger than anyone could have ever seen at the time. This album will go on to influence punk and ska bands up to this day with its raw sound and reggae-influenced guitar. As far as the industry influence, their producer Guy Stevens had a very unconventional approach to working in the studio. There were many times, The Last Testament, the Making of London Calling documentary, where they tell a story about Guy Stevens. Joe Strummer's playing the guitar and Guy Stevens takes the bottle of wine that he's drinking and just pours it all over his hands and keys of the piano, and causes well over $6,000 worth of damage to the studio that they were recording in. This influenced many people to take a non-conventional approach to recording, and it works. This is an album that you just can't take for granted. It has complex influences from many musical genres, from rockabilly and reggae to soul and funk, not to mention the fact that it sold over 5 million copies, making it certified platinum in the United States. This album is one of the first punk albums I ever heard, and I was immediately taken back by how there were so many different genres of music being blended. There was blues and the Guns of Brixton. It's a very heavy reggae upbeat. It's all types of blends. As a listener that enjoys all types of music and doesn't limit myself to one genre, that was really amazing to me. And as an industry professional, since I watched that documentary, The Last Testament, it was kind of reassuring to see how out of control their producer was in the studio, because, it lets you know that not everything's so cut and dry and boring, and that you kind of got to be ready for anything. You never know what to expect when you go into a studio. This, I think, overall helps me towards my goal of being a great engineer, because as long as you do what you want to do and don't worry about what other people think, you can put out a great album.